Lookout Cay! We made it! This is the new private island. This is kind of the first thing that you encounter when you pass the what would be a security checkpoint. Oh, look how cute those are. Aww. They have the tram stop over here because it's not right away that you would end up needing to, like you could rent cabanas, and that's kind of this way, and I was going to go down this way and kind of walk for a little bit. Probably where the heck am I going? I just wanted to see what else is over here, but I'll be back. But we did a shore excursion, or we booked a shore excursion. We're doing snorkeling, which we'll probably board a separate charter boat that'll take us out to a different part of the island where they have a nice coral reef. So it looks like this is a, yep, there's a bathroom there. And then further down this path here will take you to more cabanas, but you can see the ship from here. We'll probably get some better angles later. Ooh, waves. But yeah, this is a nice little area to start off with. Small, tiny gift shop, but there'll be more footage later. I'll have some footage of the tram going to the main area where there'll be more gift shops, barbecue, and beaches. Excited to kind of give you my own little personal tour of Lookout Cay, so I hope you enjoy.
As I mentioned earlier, we booked a shore excursion at Lookout Cay. During this trip, I traveled with my brother and his girlfriend. We chose to go snorkeling. Our meetup time was in the morning, which is ideal because it wasn't hot out at that hour, within the low 80s. Very nice and partly cloudy skies during our excursion. You could book these excursions through Disney directly, as there are no private companies to book through for these shore excursions at the private islands. They do outsource using third-party companies to host while you're enjoying your experience, but everything else is ran by Disney cast members. It was a bumpy boat ride to our snorkeling spot. You could see the boat from literally any point along the shoreline. It was really cool. Along the way to our drop-off, I noticed some colorful cabanas. It took me a moment, but then I realized that Lookout Cay is part of the island of Eleuthera, which is used for other Cruiseline private islands. This one we passed was for Carnival Cruise Line and is known as Princess Cay. I visited here a few years ago when sailing on Carnival, and it was as beautiful as I could remember. Snorkeling was very enjoyable. The waters were a little rough, but tempered nicely this time of year. Not too cold, and very refreshing. You could see straight to the bottom from above the water. I used a waterproof case my brother brought along for the trip. The following are some videos of what the reef looks like. Beautiful coral, vibrant sights, and plenty of fish. We even got to see a pufferfish. No turtles this time, but it is possible. Here we are wrapping up our snorkeling adventure. I decided to get back on the boat before my brother and his girlfriend did. Got to say, this is one of the better reefs that I've been to. done my fair share of snorkeling in Florida and other locations, and the coral here was very natural and vibrant. Plenty of sea life, and I'm sure it's right time, right place to see unique creatures such as turtles, crabs, and dolphins. I am narrating and overdubbing this section as I made footage of me talking, but the wind was so loud that it was distorting what I was saying. This excursion, though, the cost is just over $100 per person and lasts a total of 2 hours, give or take the workers, depending on how they're feeling that day, or whether we can stay out a little bit longer or we would have to come back sooner. It just depends. And to be honest with you, we had plenty of time. They didn't even sound the ship alarm to come back. It was great. There were also life vests and jackets that could have been worn if you wanted a more leisurely snorkel, because the water is heavily salted. I was able to glide on top of the surface. It was a beautiful thing. It was a bit choppy getting back, though, as you had already seen. The boat was hitting all the waves. It was like a roller coaster to ride on. Glad we sat on the second floor, because everyone on the first floor was getting sprayed with seawater. You could see the boat from miles away and consistently as we approached the dock.
That was great. That was awesome. The same way that we got on is the send-off, walking on this actual pier. It's a beautiful pier. It's very well made. Love the rocks and the detail. Though I know most of these rocks were originally here, but just look how clear that water is. And I'm glad I did this short excursion. Snorkeling, definitely recommend. Yes. And we are going. We are on the tram. Yes, we are. We are on the tram. We be going on the tram. It's the tram, and we are going. We are going on the tram. Por favor, manténgase a la
Pleasant good day to you all.
Oh, it speaks.
Welcome to Disney Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point.
Sweet.
My name is Tracy.
In
I will
English.
be your host for a short tram ride to the beach area of our tropical paradise. Say hello to Lizzie the curly-tailed lizard
Thanks for letting me tail along, Tracy.
and Sandy the land crab.
Hello, everyone.
I bet you two know a lot about Lighthouse Point.
Smart. Guest services. Okay. Cool.
You gotta find a mug.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll find a mug. This is really cool. Wow. They did such a good job.
Got more pictures to show than videos in this portion. But there was a few photo ops in the central area, as well as 2 main gift shops. We were on a mission to get our mom a mug, though, but we later discovered that they were not available on the island. We began venturing off along the boardwalk that was surrounded by marsh and other tropical, naturally occurring brush. There were many access points to the beach and places you could park camp and relax all day. We wanted to check out their version of Serenity Bay and have lunch in the adults-only area. There were also cabanas aligned along some of the sidewalk and boardwalk areas that you could rent in advance, of course. But by the time we got to the eating area, come to find out, every other adult literally off of the boat wanted food from the adults-only area, as it was rather crowded around lunchtime. There was a very limited seating, but we found some spots by the bar. And after lunch, we parked camp along the water and had a great time.
The sand is, they call it pink. It's really nice. Lookout Cay. Look at those waters. Awesome. Oh, hi guys. It's you. Beep, beep, beep. The fudge. Yay. Yay. Pretty. To the beach. To the beach. Pretty beach. Good beach. You follow that fish all the way down?
Yeah, it was so close.
You could almost grab it. Jeez.
Jeez.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't know that was a feature on the film. We can take a little.
Yes.
You've been able to do that since, like,
I am not with the time.
this was like,
Technology. Oh, beautiful. There we go. Oh wow, look at the little guy.
We just see a big fish.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Yay! I've enjoyed my time here at Lookout Cay. I've been spending it at the beach, and it's been really nice to come to a beach that's not like overly crowded, because it's the only ship in the dock. So with the magic that only holds about 3,000 or so guests, you know, a good 3,000 or less is actually experiencing the island. So you will almost guarantee whatever time you decide to disembark the boat to check out the island, you'll be able to always have a spot at the beach. So definitely a lot of availability. Now, depending on if you go to Serenity Bay, which is for the 18 and up adults, ideally, they have live music there. I'm sure they play live music at the other locations with the other barbecue spots as well. But mind you, there was way more seating in those spots than there is at Serenity Bay. A lot of people think, oh, it's adult exclusive, therefore not many people are going to be there because everyone's going to be with their families. Well, there's a lot of adult families on these Disney ships nowadays. So we were actually waiting in line to get our barbecue, to get our lunch, in comparison to the other two barbecue locations, which serves the same thing, and there was hardly a line. This was at about 11:30 a.m. when we started getting food. They serve it from about 11 to 2 p.m., something like that. But it's been very, very nice. It's been fun, and I'm currently walking the beach, and in a little bit I'm going to experience some of the trails that take me all the way down to the southern point here, and then probably back up. So, and then I'll experience some of the gift shops, and we'll see what else the Lookout Cay has to offer. I would also like to note and inform you that there is a lot of washed up sea algae and sea life. Not like life, but like, you know, it's all washed up on the beach. So if you don't mind a copious amount of this is primarily what you're gonna find. Who knows, other days it might be here, other days it won't. So it just depends. So otherwise, it's still very enjoyable. It's still a nice beach. The sand is nice. And when you get in the water, there's not as much of this, but still in abundance. There's a good amount of people here, but there's still some spots. They even have some chairs stacked up that you could still use if you needed to. I'm trying to make it to these rocks down here and see how close I can get to it. There are also lifeguards at every like 100 feet or so. I mean, I could be wrong in guessing how many feet apart they are, but they are abundant. All those lifeguard towers, they are working, and they are watching out for you. They're even saying things through a megaphone. They said something earlier about man of war, and between me and my brother, we thought that meant World War II, or someone fighting. Like, there's a man at war? No, man of war. It means there's creatures in the water. They're just to shuffle your feet. Be careful. So, it's good stuff. But I'm reaching the end of this point. It's also good to know that there's a lot of entry points every like 30 to 50 feet or so apart from each other. So at any point from wherever more inland past some of the brush and where more of the commercial facilities are at Lookout Cay, that you can experience the beach and access the beach at any point. They even have handicap ramps that you can use, or you can use the stairs. It's entirely up to you. I've been walking for the past 10 minutes, maybe more, and I think I've reached a point on the island where it's Lighthouse Beach. And the significance of this is that there is a historic lighthouse that has been here for many, many years. Anyway, aside from the gorgeous view, this beautiful sedimentary rock formation here, and it's magnificent, and I want to get a much closer look so I can take some pictures, but I venture off this way, see if I can find the lighthouse, and then see if I can take some nature trails to get back to the main area. before I decide to give up walking, because I'm sure you can walk all the way around if you wanted to. But I also feel like at some point it would get cut off, so we'll do some recon and investigation. So within the trees here along the beach, there's this beautiful rock formation that have formed from the water and erosion over time, and it seemed to have created this beautiful shelf, which I will get a look at in a second. Well, it was an unconventional way of making it to the top, but I found the lighthouse. Gorgeous lighthouse. For, you know, its time and what they had available to them, which was a bunch of shells and sediment, limestone, but look at this view. Gorgeous. And I just climbed all the way up here. I went a way that you were not supposed to go.
And to protect the sacred beauty of the island and the fact of whether it's Disney property or belonging to the Bahamians, I will not show said footage in this video. The secret must be protected for those who know.
Okay, now to go back down this trail that I have obviously walked through. I'm using my umbrella as a sort of shade, though because it's black, it's trapping the heat, but anything to prevent additional burning from the sun. I'm out of breath because I've been walking for a while, and I just rehydrated a little bit, and now I'm gonna walk the rest of this trail and see if it can take me back to Lookout Cay. Yeah. I like the way that they carved into the land to make it a path. I'm the only one here right now. There was no one else on this path. There was earlier. They must have went back. So I'm now going, and I am alone. It's beautiful. As long as you stay on the path, you're good. Otherwise, you'll get lost on the island. And I don't think the Disney workers would be able to find you, even with a magic band. But this walk will be nice, and I'm looking to find my way back to Lookout Cay. So I'm on the other side of where I just came from, and you can either go another path that loops around or continue up the path to the lighthouse. There is a do not enter area, and it said restricted vehicles only, and I'm hearing a lot of laughter down that way. So that it is for tour of some sort, and they have some either a tour or a water excursion that they chose, and they had to be over this way. So technically you could walk down that way, but I'm sure it's sectioned off and secluded for just the locals to use, as well as the workers, the cast members, if you will. So if you ever decide to take a nature trail, make sure you take the trail that goes along the beach. You'll feel like you've are in a familiar place. Don't go to the one that's inland, because you'll feel lost and like it's ever going. But I hear music to my right, which is where most of Lookout Cay is, the more popularized area. And then now as I'm... Ooh. All right, well, I guess this is more of a service road that as there was a guy going that way, and I'm reaching the main road now. I believe is where the trams go. This was a trail, and it was on the map, but yep, this was a trail. Try not to go on this path, though it does lead you back. There it is. You'd feel extremely lost. So let's not do that and say I just did it for you. Oh yes, pavement. Oh my goodness gracious, this is the trail, and if you continued that way it would be towards the beach, but if you go that way there's the trams, and from where I came there was no sidewalk to get to this point, though there is a weird crosswalk thing, but it's not feasible. Do not go that way. Stay on the pavement or any boardwalk or anything like that. Don't go the way that I did. That was scary. But now I'm back in tropicalness. Yay! But they just finished serving lunch. It's 2 o'clock now. There's plenty of seating available. They are wrapping up the windows. Most of the windows are closed, but they still have some food left over for those stragglers, but I'm sure they'll close it off very, very soon. But yeah, they had the True barbecue and True 2 barbecue, which is a little further down on the other side of the gift shop, followed by the Serenity Bay. So it's just many locations that you can get food from that are included. They are indeed included. Oh, is that a slide? Along with the lounge area, you also have a kids park, which is a splash area and includes a very nice couple water slides, which is pretty cool. They have a couple of bars surrounding this and always access to restrooms. It's nice little chairs that you can just go up and sit in. It's nothing extra. It's cute little water activity for the kids. Heck, that looks fun for adults too. You got a couple moms and dads walking around checking out their kids. This looks like a place my child, if I had one, would hang out all day in. It's nice. Actually, it looks very refreshing. Wow, that was a really fun visit to Lookout Cay, and I got some things from Disney Tings, and I got a little souvenir. I bought myself a shirt. So I typically like to wear, you know, fun button-up shirts, and now I've been starting to collect polos as well for the stuff that I do, and be a little more on the professional side. So I am excited, and now we are at the tram, so we can go back to the opposite side of the island and the boat. So this was so much fun.
So the tram ride is basically the same as it was on the way there to the way back. They would just play some story of narration and then mostly island beats, so it was a very relaxing tram ride back. It's the same service road there to the main area versus the main entrance, so it's a lot of the same views going there versus going back. Very short tram ride, very nice and easy. I will include a card in the top of this video to view the long ASMR-esque walk I had from that checkpoint all the way back to the Disney Magic. It's about a 10-minute walk or so from the beginning of the pier to out to where the boat takes tender. So I have a whole video of it. Just go ahead and click on the card and you'll be directed to that. But otherwise, Lookout Cay was an awesome visit. Can't wait to come again.
Goodbye, Lookout Cay. Must say it was a very memorable experience, and it was a ton of fun exploring and checking out this new private island that Disney has. But now the dreaded all the way back to the Disney Magic, which is the boat that docked here today. My experience of Lookout Cay. And the process of getting in and out, I must say, is very efficient. All you gotta do is just provide them with your stateroom, and you are good to go from there. Will take you all the way. If you can't do the walk, you can definitely do the ride. But it is worth, oh, it is low this. That is indeed low tide. And we were just there this morning doing the snorkel. It was a lot of fun. For now, hopefully you've seen how it was at Lookout Cay and get your own opinion of it. And until the next video, we'll see you all for now.